Good morning, good morning, good morning, CIG family. Good morning, our partners. Good morning, guests. Good morning, all participants on this call this evening. I'm simply Seton, your regular anchor for CIG Sunday Night Live show. It's been awesome sessions we've been having back weeks, and today is not going to be an exception. Is going to be an explosive one, a great one you can't uh, imagine yet, and you don't want to miss. Thank you for joining us. And I will not be doing this alone today. We'll be doing it with the Knox to Nugget host and the author of the book, A Slave by Choice, Oluwayomi Ute. You're welcome, boss.
Thank you. Good morning, everybody. And thank you, everyone, for being on the call and on time.
So, topic tonight says Radiate, Outshine Your Competition. So, we'll be featuring Dr. ID Usoh, that a person that have gone through the rank and file to our present status and actually take us through on this journey. Sit back as we welcome our guest.
Dr. Idorenyin Hilary Usoh is an academic, a scientist, a researcher, a wife, mother, health activist, and an entrepreneur. She obtained her first degree from the University of Usoh in Nigeria in 2004, where she graduated with a first-class honors in biochemistry. She immediately proceeded to the United Kingdom for further studies and in 2007 obtained an MSc in biotechnology, and in 2012 obtained a PhD in biotechnology with emphasis on molecular enzymology, all from the University of Manchester. Dr. Ide Usoh has always been fascinated with health and nature. Her long-term career goal is to build and run a best-in-class research center in Nigeria. In her quest for generating funding to build her dream research center, she found the Longreach business platform and then decided to quit her job as a lecturer in a university in Nigeria to focus on growing business enterprise through partnering with Longreach. Dr. Usoh has harnessed her invaluable research and development skills and proficiencies to impact the global Longreach platform by creating tools that enhance and simplify team duplication. She has developed several product catalogs of Longreach, elucidating on the science behind the efficacy of the active ingredients. She is also credited for developing the Longreach 3x3 master strategy table that eases the understanding of the marketing platform alongside several other courses on the various aspects of the Longreach compensation plan. Dr. Ide is a multiple trip qualifier, car qualifier, and has built a team of qualifiers over the years. Dr. Ide, as she's popularly called, is a one-star director with Longreach Bioscience International and leader of the Dynasty team with over 26,000 members drawn from all facets of life. She is happily married to Mr. Caleb Usoh, and they are blessed with two wonderful children, Joshua and Zara. Ladies and gentlemen, help me to welcome Dr. Ide Usoh.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Finally,
Good morning, everyone.
finally we got.
Thanks for the warm welcome.
Finally, we got you. Finally, we got you on the CIG Sunday Night Live. We know you're a very busy person, and to track people of your caliber down is not easy. You have so much welcome. Wow, how do we start?
Thank you.
Okay, Oluwa, you want to say something first?
Good to
Yeah.
have you. Thank you so much for being here today. Always a pleasure having a chat with you any day. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Before we go into the interactive section and session, our topic tonight says radiate, outshine your topic, and shine your competition. And this is a topic that's actually resonates with you. So you may well go along with your presentation, then we'll come back with the interactive session.
All right. So good morning, everyone, and thanks for having me here. So I'm just going to spend the first couple of minutes to talk about this topic that has been given to me. It says, radiate, outshine your competition. When I first got this topic, I just looked at it and I'm like, I don't like the word competition. So it was a struggle for me, I must confess. But I decided to seek the dictionary for help because all my life, I've always seen competition as something very negative, and I don't like that idea of I'm competing with somebody and all of that. And for those who follow me, I say things like the only person you're competing with is who you were yesterday, and that's what I believe, because that's how I've tried to get my mind not to look at competition as a negative thing. So I decided to do some definitions and I thought, okay, what's the meaning of competition? And first I went to Collins Dictionary, and Collins Dictionary defined competition as a situation in which two or more people or groups are trying to. So it basically says competition denotes striving for the same object, position, price, or something, usually in accordance with certain fixed rules. That still didn't work well for me. So I looked at other dictionaries. Most of the dictionaries kept having the same thing: is there's something that is limited, and in our business, there's no limited resources. So to dictionary in this definition in Cambridge Dictionary. And I just love the way it defined it, because it said something like the people. Competition means like it's a situation where the people or businesses who are your competition are the people or the businesses who are competing, meaning who are vying with a particular person or business in a particular market. And this sounded better for me because I don't like seeing it as a negative. So it means there's something we're competing for anyway, but the competition is not like a negative thing. It's not like there's something bad. So, but the things I noted from these two definitions are limited resources. That's the first key word I noted, keywords, and then key phrase. The other one was particular market. So meaning, when they are striving for something, it means it's limited. So what exactly is limited? And there's a particular market. So I decided to bring these two words together to make my definition of a competition. Who is my competition? Who is your competition? This is my understanding. It can be different from yours, and we are allowed to have different opinions. So I believe that my competition, who is someone who is heading for the same price, the same trophy, the same person, or in our business case in Longreach, the same market. That is who my competition is. We have the same target market, and that is my competition. And I also believe that my competition is someone who is selling a similar product or a similar business plan, just like I am doing. So that's also something. And I believe that my competition, in my case, when I talk about competition, it's not like they say there's some, when we look at this other definition, let me go back a bit. When we looked at the previous definition where it says striving for the same object, position, or price, I believe it's striving for the same target market. That is the same buyer. All right. So it means that my competition can either buy my products my customers can either buy my products or the products that belong to my competition. That is how I look at it. So what is limited here is not the product, is not the business plan, but it is the buyer, it is the customer, okay? So someone who is my competition is someone who can take my customer. That's how I look at it, okay? But my competition is not my enemy. That is something like I said at the beginning, I struggle with. My competition is not my enemy, and my competition is not my fellow long reach distributor. I hope we're going to get that as we go along, because this is somehow what the mindset I had. I had to get myself in this mindset to start my business. I really just thought to myself, I had to get myself in a certain mindset to start my business. I needed to know what my competition is. Now, the next definition I wanted to look at was radiate. Because, you know, that sometimes you hear words, and once you've heard them in one context before, for the first time, that first context you've heard the word in remains the context you use the word for life. But there are other meanings. So I didn't want to overshoot. I wanted to be sure that what I thought radiate meant is what radiate actually means. So I went to the dictionary as well. By the way, I consulted online dictionaries, so it was easier for me. So I have the Cambridge Dictionary saying radiate means to spread out in all directions from a central point. Spreading out in all directions from a center, right? There's a part, there's a center, and you're spreading out. And Merriam-Webster Dictionary says to send out rays. So in science, rays are like beams of emitting beams of light, okay, to shine bright. That's what Merriam-Webster thinks radiate means or believes. And then Collins Dictionary says, if you radiate an emotion or quality, or if it radiates from you, it is clearly seen in your face and in your behavior. So when I put all of this together, I told myself that it means that it is from the inside out. I have to shine from the inside out. And at every point in time, whatever is inside comes out effortlessly. Okay, people see it very clearly in your face and in your behavior. So what is inside comes out effortlessly and touches everyone. And it's so glaring, it's so bright that it can blind the person. And that's the idea. So it's not about just, so radiate means like you're going all out and your people are seeing everything about you, but from the inside. And that is what will convince them to choose you over your competition. All right. Everyone in the long reach business, we are selling the same products, the same business plan. We do not compete with each other. However, those who are selling a similar soap, bathing soap, those who are selling bathing baby cream, they are our competition. And that is where you need to ask yourself, what do I have to do to outshine these people? And what do I have to do so effortlessly, so seamlessly to outshine these people in my business? Now, this is how I understood this, and this is how I'm also going to target it based on the few things I've got. So in my next slide, I just wrote a few points I think can help. And these are some of the things I applied when I started my business to help me grow steadily, but fast as well. So the question is, I always say, for me, the most important thing, the most important tool you and I need to outshine our competition is knowledge. Yes, some people will say, oh yeah, you say that because you're from the academics, but it is the truth. When you know everything about your products, everything about your business. Oh, by the way, those who are also competing with us are those who are in other network marketing businesses, right? Because they have a similar business plan. They have something that they will use. They'll say, okay, just like when we go to market our business plan and we say we don't do auto ship, others do auto ship, right? This is knowledge. If you did not know this about the other company, you will not be able to tell them that this is why we're better. Now, when I started my long reach business, I was moving completely from a different sector to the other. I remember one of my objections at the time was, I can't do this because I know nothing about marketing. I have my first, second, and third degree in pure sciences. I mean, where do I start thinking about marketing? There is a reason I refused to do marketing, right? When I was writing my JAM. So why am I going to come now and start thinking about marketing? Like literally why? You know, so I told my husband when he was trying to get me to start the business that I am not doing this because it means I am going into an entirely different field. But there's something he told me. He told me that, okay, you know what? this is my field. That's, he is in marketing, he is in businesses. And so he said, okay, I'll share some ideas with you. Why? Because he knew that for me to succeed in marketing, I needed to know basics of marketing. I was having a conversation with someone the other day, and the person said, oh, I really want to do this your business, but I know absolutely nothing about marketing. And I said, yes, you're right. You need knowledge about marketing to do the business. And so guess what? I needed that. And so when I started the business, one of the first things I did in my first year and my second year and my third year was to take paid courses on basics of marketing. That's why I learned things like know your customer, KYC, and all of that. I took paid courses. I needed to know what is marketing about. What are the different kinds of marketing? This is a totally different knowledge. So I needed to gain knowledge on marketing to start to market. I also needed to gain knowledge on our products and our business plan. Why is non-rich products so unique? I did research. I followed those who did research. I read their documents. I picked from there. Why is our business plan so unique? I went to trainings. I gained knowledge. But do you know what? That was not enough, because I just know about my business. I don't know about the business of my competition. And that is why when people come to me to tell me about other network marketing systems, I sit down to listen. Do you know why? I want to know about your business so that I can tell you what makes my business different. That's the difference. If I don't know about your business, I can't tell you what makes my business different. So I listen to your marketing plan to understand. I go to do research. I hear about a new company. The first thing I am doing is going on YouTube, going on Google. I want to know about this company. I want to know why should I choose my company over your company? But you can't go looking about other companies when you do not have in-depth knowledge about your company. So, which is why at the time I was attending seminars every second, training every second. I was a full-time lecturer, but by weekends, I am fully booked. I am following my leaders to every part of the country, wherever they are going to, I'm following them. I don't have prospects in those cities, but I want to go and learn. I wanted to internalize the products before I can speak. This is one way I think this is the major way. Once you cover this, you don't even need to do much. Like I said, it's an effortless thing. When you're speaking, people will see the confidence in you. Knowledge brings confidence. So when you're speaking, people will see the confidence in you and they'll be very, very excited to listen to you. This is how you outshine. Now, the second way you're going to outshine your competition, which I didn't include here, is by collaboration. What I notice is that most of us prefer to compete with our fellow partners and collaborate. When we were in Lagos, when I moved to Lagos from Uyo, one of the things I did was collaborate. That is where I met 3SD Ima Eduru. I met 3SD Ima Eduru now. We collaborated. We decided we're going to build the business, the long reach business in Lagos. I did not see them as my competition. We collaborated to share knowledge, and you bring your prospect, I bring my prospect to the same hall. We speak to the same prospect. We share information. Your prospects may like what I'm saying. My prospects may like what you're saying, but at the end of the day, they're going to sign up with whoever invited them, right? And then we train them. Collaboration is key. That is something I used a lot. The next one is customer service. A lot of us do not understand that. I also took a course in customer service, by the way. Yeah, all of these were paid courses because I am going into business. I am going to be serving people. I need to know the best way to serve them and retain them. As Ima Eduru talks a lot about customer retention. Customer retention comes from how you serve your customers. And so if you want to outshine your competition, especially when you have product users who are not signed up, but they want to always come back to you to buy products, you must have amazing customer service, like excellent customer service. So that when someone is coming to them and is telling them, oh, I sell these products, I sell this, I say, no. I have an amazing dealer already. I am going to stay with my amazing supplier. That is customer service. So you need to make sure that you're able to speak to people to ensure that you build a good relationship with them. And then you must be very alert. Very, very alert. I know I don't have a lot of time, so I'm going to round up. You must be very alert. What do I mean by being alert? You must keep an eye on new customers, don't be taken by surprise. Let me use the word. Keep an eye out to find out new businesses, new competitions that are coming up. Because sometimes we get taken by surprise. When you go to speak to someone about a product, I keep saying this, you must know your product. There was a time that someone went to do a presentation about our pots to a home of people selling another pot that is amazing, but more expensive. And so this woman never knew that those kind of pots existed. So while she's talking about how Longreach pots are the best pots, this person comes and like, nope, I know my pot. And this person is a dealer of the pots, of the other brand of pots, a competition. Guess what? She left that house in shame because she did not know about our products. She came to me and I went back to the woman with my pot. And I said, okay, let's do the experiment. All the experiments you want to do in your pots, let's do it in my pots, and our pots passed. Now, this is the confidence I say comes from knowledge. Be alert. Is there any product that has come up in the market that can be a competing product? You must know it. Don't say, I don't want to know, I don't want to know, I don't want to be tempted. You can, if you even get to a point where you think you're going to be tempted, you're not ready for the business. You start a business like ours with conviction on the products and the whatever services and the marketing plan. Which part of the marketing plan did you love? So be alert. Now, another thing is high emotional intelligence. We need to understand this thing that when you start a business like this that requires communication with people, you're going to meet all sorts of people in life, all sorts. And so the only thing you need to do to outshine your competition is to hide the highest level of emotional intelligence. Do you know why? Your competition will play low. And if you dare play low with them, you're not outshining them, you're on the same level with them. So high emotional intelligence means playing at a very high level that when people are doing everything to get you to be emotionally unintelligent and you're like, no, I got this. Nothing breaks you, nothing shakes you. Now, this is one thing you must have if you must outshine your competition. I want you to notice that everything I am saying comes from the inside. Emotional intelligence is a mindset thing. Really, alertness is from the mindset thing, keeping your ear to the ground. Customer service is a mindset thing, it's a personality thing. You build yourself, you build your personality. I always say this, Longreach is a brand that is high up here, very, very high up. And if you must be in Longreach, you can't bring Longreach down. Longreach ain't coming down for you. You have to grow yourself, develop yourself, gain knowledge, improve yourself in every aspect to get to the top. The sixth point is educate. You see, I attended a training by one very top customer service. I don't know what I call business developer. He's a business developer. Now, he said something that top brands do not sell their products. They educate people. If you want to outshine your competition, don't go saying, buy my soap, buy my cream. Absolutely not. Educate the people to the point that the people say, I want to buy. This is one of the strategies I've used, and it has worked for me every second. I educate you on, because a lot of people don't know the problems they have until you point it out to them. People have problems, but most people cannot even, they are prioritizing their problems. So they're picking like the first 3 and they're forgetting about the other 100. So when you point out some of the problems and they're like, oh my God. And they don't also know that part of the 100 problems that you have, if you solve them, you solve the top 3. That's what people don't know. So you need to educate people and say, look, this is a problem that you have that can affect your top 3 problems. And so if you solve this, you're good. You do not demarket. I mean, it's very low emotional intelligence. You cannot radiate when you spew negativity, even to the point of demarketing another competitor. No, that is not how to outshine. That is how to play low. If you want to outshine, see, the lower brands, they are busy competing. You are not that. You are a brand selling Longreach products, right? You need to understand that I'm not talking about the Longreach brand alone. I'm talking about you as the brand ambassador, you as your personal brand. You are a brand. And what people will see from your brand is how you present yourself and the brand that you represent. So you need to educate and do not demarket. Finally, try as much as possible to stand out. Now, this is what outshining means, by the way. Stand out. When you need to get to a point where when people want to call, oh, I'm thinking of a business to do, they call you not because they want to do your business, but because they've seen that you stand out in businesses, even when it's not your core. Now, this is also part of what I have tried to do. I'm not even there yet. I am still work in progress, right? So in summary, let me just summarize it and say good. It is possible you need to understand first who your competition is. And your competition is not someone you fight. Your competition should be somebody you interact with. Yeah, you can interact with your competition. Oh, how is it going? What are you doing? And all of that. You have the same customers, because the same customers in your area or in your network where you are selling to, these are the same customers that are going to be using the same soap, the same cream, the same toothpaste. So the question is, why should someone choose Longreach toothpaste over any other brand? Why should someone choose you as the vendor of his or her Longreach toothpaste over any other vendor? They are not your enemies, but the idea is why? Why? What makes you stand out? I'll end by saying this because I'm speaking to mostly Longreach partners. As a stockist, you need to understand that stockist is a completely different business from what we're doing. As a stockist, you are serving Longreach members. You are serving partners who are signed up in Longreach. What that means is that you need to retain your Longreach distributors who come to your stockist center, who patronize your stockist business, even from afar. And the thing you need to do to retain them is customer service. Another stockist can be your competition. But again, the person is not your enemy because you're serving the same customers. And these are Longreach members. So what do you need to do to outshine the next stockist? Negative talks, absolutely will say, but they would run. Be someone who gives extra customer service, who probably runs promos for your stockist customers, because this is you running your business. There is a difference. The same way that I, as a distributor, I am a customer to any stockist that is serving me, that is how I have customers who buy the Longreach products. They don't have code. They buy products. I really need to give them great customer service. So in summary, to growing, of course, you must go through challenges to grow. There are growth spots, but keep your mind at getting to very high level of where you outshine everybody around you. And how you do that is by going through all the challenges and all the steps. And before you know it, it becomes effortless. I'm still on my way, but I know I've gotten to a certain level, nowhere near. And I'm going to continue working on myself and working on my inside. And I will focus on attractive marketing rather than hitting the streets. Thank you very much, Seton.
I'm dazed already. Let me just unmute everyone. I know the chat is popping up, and wow. Let's please, if you're in a good location. Hey.
Wow. Nice.
For you, SD that have content.
Oh, you are the best.
Thanks.
I don't know.
My SD.
I've learned a lot today. I'm not
Wow. You're on top. You are rated the highest.
Usually, I don't know what made me forget. I used to tell our participants on the call each night that get your pie cup close to you because you are going to get dazed. And when I started drinking water, I said, hey, I did not remind these people. Wow. Dr. Heidi.
Amazing.
This is wow. Thanks so much. This is overblown. Please to get this recording, to play it over and over again. You get connected on YouTube. Longreach CIG, subscribe. and you get to see our videos. Thank you so much, Dr. Heidi. The chat is still popping up. Thank you so much, Dr. Heidi. We never expected less though, but you have actually dazed us. Thank you so much. And back before we came up and we were talking, you just finished the seminar, you just did this and all that. Now we just kind of wonder the vigor, some of these top leaders, the vigor you have doing all this. Now, you are a former lecturer, a scientist, you are a researcher, you are even health activist. Now, how well do you manage to succeed in this business? As we know that you are so busy.
Great question. I will start by saying that as a woman, I'm born to multitask. No offense, no gender discrimination, but we are born to multitask. And anybody who says that they don't have the multitasking spirit in her is just joking. That's number one. Now, what keeps me going every day? What gives me energy? What makes me go on and on and on and on like this? It's passion and goals, right? First of all, I've always, like you have been a health activist, and seeing a platform like Longreach that is living my dream of projecting preventive healthcare. I love preaching preventive healthcare. If left for me alone, I probably will not have to treat anything, right? Because I prefer to prevent. In fact, I am that organized, even generally in life. I prevent issues happening. I try my best to prevent issues happening a lot. So I'm a preventive person in totality. But so I've always loved things about health. And so coming in contact with Longreach, doing research and finding out how amazing these products are and how they can prevent certain health issues and how they even took care of certain health issues like I had a lot of dental issues, bleeding gums and so on. I've had my gums cut off twice, and a common toothpaste stopped it from me. I had a series of infections. You know, I used to think at some points that my immunity was the weakest of all, literally, because I would have the flu cycle, like the cough, cold, catarrh, to last for 2 weeks. Others will have theirs for 5 days. Mine would always last for 2 weeks. I would have the migraines that never went away. So I literally had a lot of health issues that I felt had a lot to do with my weakened immunity. And here I am, not having taken any antifungal, antibacterial, antibiotics, anti this, anti that. You know, I am good just because I started using Longreach products. Longreach products helped my immune system to wake up and started battling all those things. So I'm excited. I am very excited. And so that passion, that's birthed this passion in me to continue to tell people that this thing had worked for me. You know, so maybe if people have not really experienced things like this, they may not be this energetic to speak about it. But having experienced that, it birthed this passion in me that I want everybody to experience the same. Now, another thing is the goals. We all have goals in life. We all have things we want to achieve in life, right? And when you see one platform, all our lives, we grew up to know that to achieve this, you have to do this, to achieve this, you have to do this, to achieve this, you have to do this. So different platforms to give you different results. And then I'm coming on board and I'm seeing one platform that helps me reach all my goals, my family goals, my financial goals, my health goals. I mean, my future goals, like legacy goals. When you see one platform doing all of this for you, trust me, you'll be all in. You understand? You will be all in. So my energy comes from the passion that also came from what the products have done for my family and I. And then it also comes from the goals that I have pictured and I have achieved, and I'm setting more. I am dreaming more and I'm achieving more on the same platform. So, I mean, you can wake me up at 3 a.m. I can't stop talking because it's not on the outside, it's inside of me now.
Awesome.
Longreach is inside of me. Yes.
Yes, go ahead.
Very good. Okay, Dr. ID, truly, anytime listening to you, anytime is always simply amazing. And thank you for always being a blessing. I'm one person that understands the fact that you don't understand competition when it comes to long reach. You understand collaboration, and you've done it so well.
Yeah.
But before we go to any other question, I want to take you up on this. As a scientist, could it be said that your approach to long reach is because you're a scientist? So I'm not a scientist. I don't know how to do research. I don't know how to dig in and begin to find out what is calcium all about. Will that be for me a minus? Will that be for me a negative? Or do you think I can still succeed in the business?
Oh, nice question. Yes. Okay, let me give you an example. Remember when I said that when I wanted to do this business, my husband said, I told my husband I don't know anything about marketing because we're doing network marketing, you market, right? And he said,
Yeah.
I'll teach you. But when he did not teach me, by the way, he didn't have time to teach me, I discovered that I can adapt what I have, adapt what I have to my marketing. So I told myself, what am I good at? I'm good at educating people. So let me start educating people. And I started educating people on what I know. I have seen people succeed on this platform without even knowing anything about knowing in depth about the products like I do. Why? They are using their strength. The beautiful thing about our platform is that you can use your strength, right? You can use your strength to run your business. What that means is that if your strength is in advertising, then use it, like advertise. And that's why I say that in this business is collaboration, competition, because I can bring my strength. In fact, my success in this business is that I brought my strength of education and I've merged it with the strength of my team members who are good at inviting people, who are good at advertising. These are things I am not good at. I don't have that strength in any way. So, but I brought team members who are good with this. And, they literally we work together, we put our best foot forward, just like one of us will always say, Yvonne, put your best foot forward. So I bring my strength, you bring your strength, everyone brings their strength. And that's why it's a team thing. I couldn't have succeeded on my own because my own strength is in the education. But I have team members who have other strengths. And so when we put our strengths together, we make a formidable team. So whatever what you need to know is that for you to succeed in this business, identify your strength and see how you can adapt your strength to our business. Whatever your strength is. If your strength is in making beautiful pictures, then let's use your beautiful picture and someone else who is good at creating content will add their content to your beautiful pictures and boom, you get customers to come. So what is your strength? Identify your strength, collaborate with those who do not have your strength, who maybe have whose strengths are in your weaknesses, and you're good to go. So that's it.
Wow, collaborate. Again, the word has come out again. Collaborate, collaborate, collaborate. Yes, so we're collaborating and I truly do appreciate that fact. However, you went way beyond in the 3x3 plan. And I'm actually wondering, what propelled you? What pushed you to that depth of compensation plan? And what makes you actually think that long reach is better than the others?
Okay, that's a very good one. So you see, I must say that the first time I actually sat down and did the mathematics was when I approached a banker and I brought up the business and he told me something. He says, give me your projections. I said, what? He said, I want your financial projections. If I start this business today, give me financial projections. Like, interesting. He said, you don't have any? I said, sorry, I can quickly. He said, no. I need it already done in a PDF. Forward it to me. I'm a very busy person. I'm like, OMG. So that was the first time I thought to myself, this is actually true. I hear people coming to say, oh, if I start with this, what do I earn with this? If I do this, if I do that. So how about I just have something handy that before you even ask, I'm showing you, So I decided to sit down. I did the first one. Besides, the 3x3 table we are seeing today wasn't the very first projection I did. I did this very long one on PDF and I sent to the guy and the guy was like, oh, this is too long for me. I lost him because he never joined my business course. He was just saying, what are you blabbing about? But I remember having to show him the 3x3 table when I finally got that done after several tries. And this is something I want us to learn, that in the process of you trying to perfect whatever it is you are doing about your business, you're going to lose some prospects. But don't worry about that, because they were never meant, they were just there. They were brought your way to show you what you were doing wrong. And so by the time you show it to the right people, you're good, right? So that is what led me to the 3x3, and I created that. And then, of course, in the process of creating the 3x3, it was just focusing on just a few of the others. And I thought about getting more knowledge. So actually, I must say this, that my personality came to play. I'm a very curious person. Very, very curious. And I remember how I used to ask my uplines a lot of questions about this. I'm like, I need to, you cannot tell me that someone just paid me for this. How? Show me the details. I'd be like, come, I don't do math. I can't do it, you know? And so I met some people who were knowledgeable about that. I had to go into research because I didn't understand. What my uplines did for me was give me their password to their back office. And so once I logged into their back office, because they were earning much more than I was doing, so I log into their back office, I will see, okay, they were paid this amount. I'll now go and start like back calculating. How did they arrive at this, you know? So I had access to a couple of back offices that I was using to understand and study the compensation plan, because I just had to be very curious. I hate someone telling me, explain to me how Longreach paid me this, and I cannot. And I know that I'm the kind of person that will ask such questions. So I wanted to know. And then it also helped me understand the compensation plan more, such that when I also wanted to, like I said, knowledge is power. I had people who were always coming to me and say, finally, in network marketing, this one is better, this one is better. And I needed to be able to be well armed with the knowledge such that, well, telling me this one is better, I can now say, okay, show me this, show me that. I must be honest with you, ever since I understood the Longreach compensation plan in depth, no network marketing company has come to present to me and stayed. Because by the time I asked them 3-4 questions, they're out. Because I had to look into details. This is where knowledge is, but we need to know. You must know what makes yours stand out. And finally, one of the things that got me interested in Longreach is the fact that network marketing has already been bad-mouthed, been like, should I use the word ostracized, been bastardized. People see it as a Ponzi. You know, people see it as it's not sustainable. It's never been sustainable. And of course, nothing can be sustainable when you're being paid high percentages. So when I asked the question about how much is this company paying me, and I realized that the percentage were low. Yes, my attraction to network marketing, to Longreach, was the low percentages, because a company that pays you within 3 to 5%, I learned this from studies as well. A company that pays you within 3 to 5% for FMCGs is doing well. Anything above 5%, that company can't sustain it, because they have their expenditures, they have things, other things that they're doing with money. Besides, what they are paying is from their profit. So how much profit can they possibly make to be able to pay you above 3 to 5%? I don't know if you get my point. So I decided I needed to understand that, because if it is not sustainable, then I'm not doing. So these are some of the questions I even asked initially. How much was the percentage? Any network marketing company that comes to me and says 10%, I'm out. I'm not doing, because it is not sustainable. So that was also, this is some of the things that make me feel that Longreach is amazing. Apart from the amazing products, the marketing plan is very solid. Yeah.
Wow. Before I turn it over to Seton, I'm still on you on this. Scientist, researcher, you have a PhD, very brilliant profile, and then you are in Longreach. How did you manage rejection?
Oh my God, we're going there. Okay. It was quite tough. I'm not going to lie to you. When I first decided I was going to quit lecturing to focus on Longreach full time, I lost a lot of friends. Nobody understood. Nobody. I mean, it did not make any sense. Even close family members were like, are you okay? what's wrong with you? You know, in fact, if we were of some religion or some belief, rather, if we were of a particular church, I'm sure I would have been taken for deliverance, because it did not make sense that I would leave a high-profile job to come to sell toothpaste and soap. It didn't make sense. But I knew what I saw. I knew what I had seen in the business. I knew what I had seen in the compensation plan. I knew what I'd seen in the products. And so I told them, this is what I'm saying. I saw that this was the only platform that could help me live my dreams, right? I struggled. You know, I struggled because when you meet someone, you introduce yourself. Hello, my name is Dr. Da, 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 da. Once you put a doctor, there's a respect that comes. And then suddenly you say, oh, I'm in network marketing. And it just, just crashed. It's like, and so I struggled with it a lot. You know, it was bitter. Let me use that word. But I spoke with myself and I told myself, they are doing this because they are not seeing what you're seeing. And of course, at that time, I wasn't getting results. So because you don't even have results, it's worse. So you're introducing yourself. And so I just, first of all, I must say this, I actually reduced the rate at which I was introducing myself as doctor. I reduced it. I just wanted you to see me as a normal person so that, you know, you don't have that high hopes and then it just crashes and you're like, you know, I'm talking to some, you know, so I reduced that. And I just needed to know. And I tell this to everybody, when someone rejects your proposition, first of all, the person has the wrong notion about your proposition. Either the person does not understand it, or the person has had a negative experience in the past, and you just have to be patient with them, you know? So what I decided to do was just be patient with them and gradually educate them, continue working with the yes, because like we have been taught several times in network marketing, you have to go through the no's to get to the yes. So I just had to continue working with the yes people so that when the result comes, the no people will see and they will now understand that, you know, this is not what it's supposed to be. They don't understand that, oh, we had the wrong notion. And I decided, which is also why I said educate. I decided that I wasn't going to be marketing products. I wasn't going to be marketing my business. I was going to be educating people. Because the reason people do not understand or fall in love with network marketing is because they lack knowledge. They lack understanding of what the profession is about. Some people till tomorrow will believe that it is something that is supposed to give you money. It's something that's supposed to make money work for you, or something that's supposed to make people work for you. No. So I start by educating people. I say it's a business. I started by doing so many videos, so many trainings, demystifying the network marketing myths, literally telling them like, look, this is it, educating them. I brought the professional angle. And that's why I said that if you want to stand out, you have to go professional. If you don't go professional, you will keep struggling at the bottom. So I decided to look at how to do this business professionally. I made sure that I wasn't doing everything that network marketing people were doing. I wasn't going to be spamming people. I don't spam people. I seek your opinion before I have a conversation with you. And I just see you and say, oh, you know, I mean, I put myself in their shoes. I wouldn't be happy if someone just sees me, hey, you know, language. No. Calm down, be calming down, like we say. So I just needed to bring the professional angle. Unfortunately, this angle can make it slow for you. It makes you talk more. It makes you do more. But at the end of the day, it's more sustainable. I decided to show figures and facts because basically listen, hear what people want, ask politely. When they reject me, I ask very politely. I'm not going to bother you, but can you just let me know why you said no? It's going to help me in the future, very politely. And that is where I also learned to use a low tone because your tone matters. So when I get a no, you know, when you get a no, your countenance will change and it will affect your tone. But when I get a no, my countenance remains the same. In fact, I become very, very nice and like, oh, I understand you. And even when I'm prospecting, I will tell you, please, I don't expect you to say yes to me right now. I'm just showing you. And so I need you to give me that listening ear, that open mind. I prepare the ground. So even though I still get rejections till tomorrow, I still have people tell me, I'll call you back, even with all my results. So let's not stop. I think it's only the results. But what I want to say is, it is how you respond after the no. It is your mindset and how you respond after the no that matters. Mindset is no doesn't mean someone is saying no to you, they do not understand, or they've had a bad experience, or they need some time. So you need to give them that time, and do not bombard them, do not rush them, just keep them in your space and they will see your results. Thank you.
Abbas Mbionfi, you have actually taken us, because this is small. This is more than Zoom meeting. This is more like that. The connection is just hitting to the heart. Wow, Dr. Heidi, when we get people like you, big fishes like this, we don't want them to go just like that. But because of our time, we just want to stay in the concise of the 1 hour. But you talked about product usage and how you've been able to defend products and all that. Now, we know Longreach has over 2,000 products, and we have like 100 in Nigeria, and some will have been so impactful to you, touched your life and all that. But let's just streamline to like 5 products that are your best. If you have testimonies on them, tell us. No, we talked about the toothpaste, and
yes,
just let us have just like 5.
Okay, so bamboo soap. It stopped my oily face. I used to have a very bad oily face that once I rub white powder of those days, people will think I used Nixodem then, like it will cake with the oil. So I used to have a very oily face, and then it also brought about acne, pink, and all the pimples and everything. So the bamboo soap cleared that for me. Of course, I've talked about the toothpaste and the bleeding gum. I can't joke with that. Now the SOD. The SOD still remains my favorite. And the reason is just because, apart from the fact that it repaired my skin, it's something, it's very versatile. Like I use it all over my body. Then I have the pots, the energy pots. I love the pots. I don't like cooking. So the pot has made life easy for me because it makes cooking seamless. It improves the taste of my food. It's very healthy. So I don't joke with that. And of course, finally, I cannot joke with my mouth freshener. So I use it all the time, freshens the breath and itchy throat. It is one of the reasons that the flu cycle for me has shortened. So those are what I would say for now, my top 5 products. Yeah.
Now, if I may ask, what one testimony has actually stood out on Longreach products, apart from these ones you've mentioned? The one that's actually so striking that looks so unbelievable.
Looks so unbelievable. I think I'll still say the toothpaste too. The toothpaste is still unbelievable because I know how much I have spent on dentists. It is still unbelievable. In as much as I've done my research, I've seen the benefits of the content, but it's still unbelievable. Right from childhood, we will go to visit my grandfather. My grandfather will serve by Christmas. It was a compulsion that we spend Christmas with New Year. We spend New Year at my grandfather's house. We don't go anywhere. So every New Year from morning, my dad drops us at my grandfather, stays there. Now, everybody's eating chicken. I'll not forget it. And I'll be crying because I can't chew. Is it one gum issue or one tooth issue, one swollen thing from childhood? Then I got into the university. I will not forget this. I had to go to see the dentist by myself. And seeing the dentist by myself, that's when I started spending money on dentists. And when I went to the UK to do my studies, the bleeding gum worsened. Of course, when you go to the UK, you are going to be addicted to the sweets, the chocolates, the sugars, and all that. So I got addicted to a lot of those things. And the bleeding gum worsened. So I had to go meet a dentist. I cannot forget that dentist. Now, what this dentist does is there were holes between my gums and my tooth. So every 2 weeks, I have to report. He will have to scrape off the tartar in between. It was the most painful process. He recommended the hard, smoker's toothbrush. That's what I had to be using. And that was hurting my gums, but I had to stay with them. On many occasions, I've had a lot of injections in my gums just to reduce the inflammation. So I'm not kidding when I say that a common toothpaste saved me lots of money from that I spent on dentists, and I even spent on the other products because I found the toothpaste he recommended to me at the time. It was an anti-tartar toothpaste. That's the toothpaste he recommended to me that was reducing the bleeding gum. But my gum still bled. I couldn't eat anything sweet anymore. I had to cut off all those things. And imagine just toothpaste. It still doesn't make sense. I keep saying this, it does not make any sense, but I have to accept it as it is. That's my biggest testimony, yes.
Wow.
Wow. Thank you so much.
Truly.
Thank you so much.
Seto, can I?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Dr. ID, if you want to be here till 9 o'clock, I'm sure we won't have even finished. But while you were talking about the product, somebody was saying, don't forget panty liner, don't forget this. In all of this, have you ever been discouraged? And how did you handle it?
Discouraged about the products? Absolutely not. Unless the products that I fell in love with suddenly became unavailable and I'm on long reach case to bring it back. Discouraged about the business? No. Well, let me not say no completely. Yes, there were times I was discouraged at the beginning. There was a time that I actually called, in fact, when I started, as an infant who is my grand upline, who had it from me, because I expected, just like everybody, other person expected, that once you get into network marketing, the results will come pouring, right? The results were not coming. I got frustrated. There was a time that it got so bad after I had resigned. That was the same time MMM came. And so it was difficult to sign up anybody. It was difficult to sell any products. I had resigned from work. I was nursing my baby at the time, or she was just about 1. And I just got so frustrated. I remember I called my immediate upline as designer. I said, I'm done. I know they're doing it. I'm going back to lecturing. I got my certificate. I'm going back to lecturing. I called as the phone. I know do, you know. And so they tried to encourage me. They sat me down and they said, no, these are down times and all of that. It will always come. I said, no, I'm not happy that I'm not getting results and people around me are, you know, they are not supportive, so to say. You know, everybody keeps telling me you would have been better if you had your job, you had a very good job, you had very good certificate, you can even work in an oil company if you wanted to and all of that. But my dream has always been to be a work from home mom, at least until my children get to a certain age. I want to always be around them. I don't want any job that will take me away from them. That's always been my dream. So that's why I really love the fact that I could do this business and earn income from home. And so, yes, at that time, I really wanted to quit. I really, really wanted to quit. But somehow I listened to them. And that was when I took 3 more trainings, actually. In fact, I paid for trainings even when I was broke. I borrowed money, you know, from my brother. I will not forget. I borrowed money from my brother then. And I decided to pay for more trainings because I felt maybe I needed more knowledge. And I can tell you, after those trainings, my business turned around. So yes, I have been discouraged, but that was back in 2017 when things were not going well. And after that, things have been smooth and there's no discouragement afterwards.
Thank you so much.
Awesome.
Ezima used to say something that if you don't pay for knowledge, you don't pay attention.
Yeah.
And that is really, really,
True.
really, really key. Really, really, really key. Well, you have actually, I believe you have changed a lot of mindsets tonight. And it's a record time we had tonight. It's a record time. Participants climbing high, climbing high. Please log on to CIG, Long Reach CIG on YouTube to get much recording. I played a recording when we started. Some of the videos we had, sessions we had like 2-3 weeks have been uploaded. The one we have with Honorable Dukwe, it's really, really loaded. We gave him a doctor during that meeting, Dr. Eddie. So you have a colleague, a doctor colleague now, because, you know, it gave the scientific and the health benefit of products as he was talking about it. He also talked about the bamboo soap, and it was really, really a blast we had. Now, before we let you go, I won't say because of our time, I want to give 1 or 2 persons on this call to ask Dr. Ide a question. Barbara Chisenga is feeling hot of what you are doing, and she just removed her blazer. That is how this thing could be. He just removed her blazer. Now, this chief nursing, the hand has been up. I don't know if you want to ask question, and I've got another person also. Okay. So we have Idorenyin here. Go ahead.
Thank you so much, CIG Sunday team. Thank you. Thank you so much, SD, Dr. Heidi. This is Ronke Jidam, and I'm speaking, joining you from UK. And thank you so much for that powerful section tonight. I just really want to ask, you've talked so beautifully to a lot of us that have been partner, and you've really attacked in such a way that I feel I need that your inquisitive mind. But I really would like you to just talk to our prospects tonight and just give them some word. I have a couple of prospects on the platform who might be saying, what's all this about? So if you don't mind, just give them some word of advice, please. Thank you. A couple that have just signed on that will be wondering, is this going to be like going back to school for me, or how am I going to navigate this line of business? Thank you so much.
All right, Doctor.
Okay, thank you for that question. I want to say what the prospects want to hear and say, oh no, you may not need to go back to school, but that would be a lie. There is nothing you start new that you don't need to get knowledge about, but you don't need to go as in-depth as I went. That's what I'm trying to say. There are resources where all of these are summarized. Most of us went in-depth so that we can get the information and summarize for you to grab. The first thing you need to understand if you want to start the business, or if you just started the business, is that it's a business. You don't join Longreach, you join a team to work with the team to achieve your results. Longreach is a business platform. Longreach has products, and Longreach will only reward us, give us all the rewards, the pay, the incentives, if we ensure that Longreach products are sold through our activities. So we carry out different activities to ensure the products are sold. Your activity could be using the products, buying directly from Longreach with a coach. That is an activity. Your activity could be buying the products and selling them. You get profit from the sales. You also buy with the code and you get paid for the purchase. Your activity could be introducing or connecting people to Longreach products with their own codes. So they want to buy Longreach products, they don't want to buy retail, they want to buy directly from the company, you get them a code connected to your code. Longreach pays you a percentage of that purchase. Your activity could be building a team, teaching people, these people you've connected to a code, how to also earn. Right? That's where you start building a team, teaching them how to earn. When you teach people how to earn and they put that into practice and they earn, Longreach pays you a percentage of their earnings. That's an activity, right? Your activity could also be generating large sales volumes. Now, this large sales volumes will land you promo trips, promo cars, incentives, promo cash, and the rest of them. These are all activities. So the idea is, you need to pick one or all of these activities, get in them, and you get the results. If you don't do any of these activities, you don't get paid. And that's the basic. So that is the basic of our business. Get to know the products, get to decide which of the products you want to use, get to decide which of the products you want to promote, distribute. We are all independent distributors. We are paid as independent distributors. Get to know what the products are. Get to be part of a team, so that you can bring your strength and collaborate with them, and they all bring their strengths, which most times will complement for your weakness, and you can build the business together and you can get all the results that we're saying. What I tell everybody is this: Longreach can help you live any dream. You just need to know how. And this is where you're going to sit with the person who sponsored you or your team lead and say, okay, these are the things I want to achieve in life. How can Longreach help me get there? When the person tells you the plan, follow the plan and you will get your results. By the end of the day, it's a business. You must acquire knowledge, but you don't need to do the research, because the research has been done for you. That's why you have all the catalog, you have the 3x3 tables, all has been done for you. You just need to tap into them and start working. And that's a beautiful thing about network marketing. There's a beautiful thing about Longreach, because everything is already provided for you. You're just leveraging on people's knowledge, on research materials, on everything. You're just leveraging. You don't need to start afresh. I started afresh because I joined Longreach when Longreach was just 2 years in Nigeria. That's when I started the business. So, but Longreach is 10 years, it's going to be 10 years in Nigeria this year, or wherever you are. Longreach is no longer new, so you can get all the results you want. I hope this helps.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much. It's been an awesome session.
All right, so basically how to be a partner, how to start if you want to start your business with Long Reach, how do you start? There are different ways you can start. First of all, you can start as a product user. I like to say this because a lot of people, you can start as a product user because a lot of people will always say that, oh, I'm not sure I want to be able to market yet, so let me just use the products, and that's fine. So you can get a code, and buy products worth any amount of your choice. If you buy products worth 60 PV or below 60 PV. So let me correct this. PV means product value, okay, or purchase value. Now, every product we have in Long Reach has a PV attached to it. It could be 4 PV for, 5 PV for a body wash, which is my favorite body wash, the Rose body wash. It could be 5 PV for that, my bamboo soap. It could be 3.5 PV for the toothpaste. So for every Long Reach product you buy from the company, you don't just get the products, you get the PVs that are attached to it. So when you buy these products, the PVs are added up. So let's say you buy a box of the sanitary napkins, it's 50 PV. And then you buy 3 toothpaste, that's 3.5 times 3, that's 10.5 PV. So that's 60 PV, okay? That gets you into our list entry membership package, which is the Q Silver level. But if you buy anything below 60 PV, you will be termed a preferred customer. A preferred customer means you have a code with which you can buy again and again, but you are not yet eligible to earn from the referrals or from the purchases of those you connect to also buy with a code, right? You're not eligible to earn, you're not on Long Reach payroll. However, when you buy for 60 PV and other packages, which I'm going to mention, then you will get on the payroll and you can earn. Now, our highest package is what we call the VIP package. I call this buy once and earn for life, because once you've bought a VIP package, you don't necessarily need to buy again to grow higher, because that's the highest package. If you get to buy again, you buy as retail and you get commissions on that as well. So we have the VIP, which is 1,680 PV. Now, 1,680 PV, so I did some calculations. I love maths. And I realized that 1 PV is approximately 750 Naira. So note this because it's going to help you. When you're buying Long Reach products and you want to attain a certain PV, for you to know approximately how much you will spend, just tell yourself that 1 PV is 750 Naira. So that means if I want to buy 10 PVs, I'm probably going to spend 7,500. If I want to buy 20 PVs, I'm looking at 15,000 Naira and thereabout, right? So 1,680 PVs, it's approximately 1.2 million Naira, all right? And we have the other currencies in dollars and the rest of them, all right? So that's 1,680 PVs. And then we can also have, if you don't want the VIP, you can go the lower level, the VIP is too high to you. Then we have the platinum. The platinum is 720 PV, and that's approximately 600,000 Naira, all right? Like I said, approximately, because there's some products that have very good PVs compared to the others. So it depends on what you select. Then we have the gold. Okay, the gold level, you can achieve that with approximately 200 to 50,000 Naira, all right? That's 240 PVs. So this is a Naira. We have the other currencies, by the way. Then we have the silver level, okay, 120 PVs with 120,000 Naira, you can get that. And then we have the least level, which is the 60 PVs I talked about, which is the Q Silver. From 50,000, you can get that as well. Okay, so those are the core membership packages that will get you in line. Now, why do we have those differences? The differences in packages determine your percentage earning from the PVs of those that you referred, right? From the PVs of those you referred, differences in earnings. Okay, so you're going to hear someone tell you that, oh, you can get gold at 150, you can get gold at 300. Please note that this all depend on the particular products that you select. I love Long Reach for the fact that they serve a buffet. They allow you to choose your products. They allow you to choose when you want to market. There are no compulsions in the business, right? So that's one thing I love about the Long Reach. You do your thing at your pace. Absolutely no compulsion. You don't have to, there are no targets. No, you do your thing at your pace. All right. Now, I was going back to the difference. Why are there differences? The differences are based on differences which basically tell you how much you will earn. You know, they determine the percentages you will earn from the PVs of those you connect. Long Reach doesn't pay you a percentage of the monies that the people buy. They pay a percentage of the PVs that they buy. Remember that when you buy products, you get PVs, right? So Those within the silver and the Q silver range, which is the lower bottom range, they get to earn 8% of preferred PVs, right? Now, the people in the middle, the gold, get to earn 10% of preferred PVs. And then those at the top, the platinum and the VIP, get to earn 12% of the referred PVs. Now, the difference between platinum and the VIP is that while the platinums just earn the 12%, the VIPs earn the 12%, and they also get to share in 1% of the global PV sales at the end of every cycle. That's the difference. So all VIPs share in 1% relative to your earning for that cycle, by the way, all right? But they share in 1% of the global sales PVs. So that is how you become a member. Just buy your products, choose your products of your choice, and pay your money into the Longreach account. Contact your nearest stockist, make your payments, check for product availability, collect your products, get your code. Getting a code means, and getting a code for any of the mainstream levels I've talked about, the from Q silver to gold to platinum to VIP, puts you on the Longreach payroll, which means that once you refer, the purchases are made, the PVs are connected to yours, you will earn. So that's it.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much. Wow. Once again, thank you so much, Dr. ID. We don't take your comment for granted. I call on the 3ASD, the chief servant of CIG, is the author of the book Made in Worry, and founder of Emmanuel Iduro Foundation, to just come give us closing remark and to actually appreciate you.
Prof, if you are on this call and you like or you are enjoying what you are seeing and hearing today, please just type 111 for Prof as a sign of appreciation. Type 111 to appreciate. I alone cannot appreciate her. I know how many months it took me to get her to get on board today for us. It took me months to get her. I say, well, I know I will get her. Just a matter of time, patient. We are used to be patient, you know. So, and you've heard all, I keep learning every day, because without learning, without knowledge, I wouldn't have been where I am today in this business. It is only knowledge that made me to get to where I am. And that is why most times we always collaborate, and I think we understand ourselves better in the business, even in the heat of crisis. You know, because of knowledge, people could stay afloat. Those that had no knowledge, real knowledge of what they are doing before, I think they have, you know, they've been carried away by the tide. So I have to appreciate you, Prof, for the wonderful and excellent work you have done. For those of you that still want to learn from her, she has a mentorship class that she runs. It's very cheap. You just go, it's a token. I saw somebody write, wrote a token, and it's actually a token. Go there, pay to learn. CIG members, go and pay to learn, because when you pay attention. You just need to have knowledge, because without knowledge, you cannot be confident to talk to people. You cannot really put this thing in the professional way she was talking about. And today, you can see the difference. She is the researcher of our time, as far as this platform is concerned, you know. And, you know, we want to make money most of the time, but we don't want to do the work. So most of the time, she takes out time to do a lot of, I used to do this before, but I have to give up, because I just need to push. It's not easy. But since she was a researcher before starting the business, it was just easy to flow. Once a researcher, always a researcher, you know, so that is just it. So thank you so much for taking out time to honor this massive invite. You can see the turnout today. It was huge. You know, that is to tell you, people are still hungry for this business, and I'm proud to say that. Thank you for your time. We have nothing to offer you today, but I know you have coffee in your house and you like coffee a lot. Please try to get a cup of coffee after this meeting. Thank you so much. And for everybody that have participated in this meeting, we are so blessed to have you. Without you, the day would have been so boring. So thank you so much. And Professor Usoh, God bless you. It's a pleasure, my SD.
Wow. Thank you so much, 3SD. Once again, Dr. ID, thank you, thank you, thank you. And let me announce, the 3SD forgot to say that. Because you are difficult to get, please have in mind we are coming for season 2.
Yes, sir.
we are coming for season 2. So thank you so much. PY, any last words?
Wow, I've been blown out today. Thank you. Of course, I didn't expect anything less. Dr. ID, thank you for always giving. Thank you for always helping out. Thank you for always adding value. Thank you for the spirit of collaboration. Thank you for all you've done for Long Reach as a team. Thank you. Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you so much. And for all those other team members that graced this meeting tonight, thank you. We saw your pop-up, we saw the chats and all that. Thank you for coming. Thank you for coming. Thank you for honoring us with a call. On Wednesdays, usually for our product expose, and we'll have that in the midweek, 8 p.m. Nigerian time. And next week again, join us. Thank you so much.